Cosmos with Bailey. I'm Bailey and I'm a clairvoyant psychic medium and spiritual healer based in New Zealand. Well, welcome. I had another dream. I've been, a lot of stuff going on, and I just wanted to do a video about happiness and the soul and what happiness actually means, because I think what is happening right now is a lot of stuff is breaking down for people because there's these higher energies coming into the earthly realm based on, a lot of those eclipses. I did an update on eclipses and whatnot and what's just happened in a new energetic cycle that's beginning. I did dream for the last 4 years that a lot of people who had made a lot of money off of ego and were sort of worshipping the lower realms of materialism and like benefiting from other people and whatnot. There is a new 4-year cycle commencing of scarcity for that grouping of energies and people, and that there is a higher energies opening up now for people who are more in alignment with the heart and soul to open up to abundance. So there was like a real, of the last 4 years, and what happened with the coronavirus and whatnot, there seemed to be a lot of people making a lot of money claiming to be something that they're not, like using and abusing each other, and also using social media in a way that was benefiting themselves, and it wasn't really using. So there's a big collapsing in of energies to do with social media and whatnot, in business and social media and finances. And you're not going to be able, I did a video on this ages ago, you're not going to be able to continue using social media in that way to leverage money, fame, or fortune from the ego. So there's a really big collapse happening out there, and if you're one of those souls that's feeling the call to completely change your life, you're probably moving into the higher energies of the next 4 years of abundance. So it's like I almost want to say like a karmic balancing out. Is that there was like great imbalance over the last 4 years, and there was a lot of people that were making a lot of money at the expense of other people, and there were a lot of lies and deception happening on social media. I was dreaming about this a lot, especially with manifestation coaches and coaches and whatnot. There was a lot of stuff, or like a lot of people had made a lot of fortunes off of being very manipulative and lying online. And now the next 4 years, there's going to be like a new era opening up of, I think, social media influencers, but they're not going to be coming from the ego or wanting to make money. It's going to be more so in alignment with the soul and the higher cosmos, and you're going to see like, I'd say quite a few pioneers be given a platform to share their stuff and whatnot. And you're also going to see higher revenues open up for people who have sort of been stuck in low financial manifestations of lower financial strife. I know this is a lot to do with the divine feminine energies, and the divine feminine energy is opening up now for the next 4 years. So as I remember saying, there was going to be a renaissance awakening of love and romance, which is in alignment with the divine feminine energies, and we sort of really need an art revolution because stuff is so boring. Okay, so I wasn't expecting to say all of that, but with and just like no more lying on social media. It's not going to work for you. It's something I've been dreaming about a lot, and just the way that people are using social media, it's very juvenile. And it's not very honest and authentic, and you can portray yourself in a way online that makes you look successful, but behind the scenes, it's not really that at all. It's a very, very juvenile way to be using such a platform. Okay, so what was I going to say? Yes, okay. The joy and the happiness of the spirit. And for so long on this earth, we have been operating in this consciousness of the lower ego, and that was at the fall of Atlantis. And now as we begin this brand new planetary cycle of evolving out of the masculine ego, you should go watch my video, The Collapse of the Atlantean Ego. Ego consciousness began at a 4-year cycle around the fall of Atlantis, and so it doesn't matter who you are and what you're doing. we are all under the scope of this planetary shift. And just like we all were in Atlantis, now we're all experiencing a new shifting into a higher consciousness. And thank God, because in the ego consciousness, we weren't so happy. And there's a lot of stuff happening for men and finances and romance and stuff like that, and feeling alignment in business and whatnot, and feeling alignment to, oh, this is so bad. Feeling alignment to my old laptop. Feeling alignment that can't work unless it's plugged in. Feeling alignment to these higher energies that are opening up. And as I said, with these eclipses, these higher energies come in and they swirl up things in our energy bodies, and we have these awarenesses, and we have a lot of dreams, and start receiving intuitions from these higher energies and moving into higher ways of doing things. And it's happening. Yeah, so with the higher energies and the soul and happiness, and a lot of being honest, and being honest with the heart and the soul and what you're feeling, because it's going to get harder and harder to sort of deny, oh, I can stay in this relationship or this marriage, and it is going to get harder to sort of deny what you're feeling and denying what's actually arising. And this is when we get a lot of abrupt conflicts and whatnot, or things just exploding because people can't hold in their frustrations or their annoyances anymore, and they're like, I'm done with this. And that's why I said in one of my posts, man, I'm done with this crap. Yeah, because your soul is feeling it and you're feeling these higher energies, and you're wanting to move into more happier things. It's a really big theme with these energies coming in, wanting to move into more happier ways of doing things. And that these things that we've been continuing with, they're just going to feel flat and unenjoyable and gross and icky. And you're going to start feeling that in your energy and your energy body and the way that you're designing your life. Yeah, so the happiness, and as I said, because we don't know, like, what do you mean I can be happy? Like, we've been so conditioned for so long in this old planetary cycle of strife and suffering and war, and what is still going to be some stuff play out, and it will continue to play out. We are being given the opportunity to move into those higher pleasure energies of the soul and the honey and the divine feminine. And so it's like the divine feminine beckons us to actually, you know what? You can let go of that job or that relationship or that marriage. You can go and do the thing that's actually going to make you feel good in your body and your heart and your soul. And we're going to really start feeling that push to move out of those things and away from stuff that's just not making us happy. And the soul gets louder, and the energy gets, hey, that's when you just get a lot of stuff collapsing in. And but it's sort of like for people's highest good, because what the ego does is that it'll just sort of delude itself and be like, my marriage is fine, or my finances are fine, or the way that I'm doing things are fine, when they're not fine at all and you're not happy. Like, this is when you get people who have a lot of money but they're just so unhappy. Or people who go and create business off of what someone else has said, or a business mentality, but it's not actually who they are, and so it's not working. It could make you look good, you could have all this money, you could be aligned with the right people, it just doesn't feel right, and that's your soul, and being like, oh God, I just don't want to be around these people anymore, this isn't for me. And that's probably because you've embodied higher, lighter energies, and it's affecting your life experience. Yeah, and so it almost like it becomes easier to figure out where your happiness is. And it is because you can feel it easier in the body, and you can feel the energy frequencies around you so much more vastly about what's for you and what's not. And I think this is probably why I've done a lot of videos on, like navigating demonic interference and reading frequency and whatnot, and learning to discern the frequencies, because you do have free will, and you can go and say yes to things that are just not on that highest, happy, joyous energy. And it's so important to discern where people are at and where you're at, and to really hone into your intuition and where your happiness and joy is going to lie. Because also what we're so used to doing in that old energy is sacrificing ourselves for other people. You can see this play out a lot in family dynamics where you may just stay in family conditioning or whatnot, where you may just stay in a lower frequency because that's where your family's at, or you may stay in a relationship with a family member even though they are draining you. They make your life a living hell and you're not honest and you're just not happy. And so sometimes we can we're not aware that actually we can choose happiness for ourselves because it hasn't been like this for such a long time in the earthly realm. And so for some people it's like, what do you mean I can just let go of this relationship and I can be happy? And we sort of think, in this old consciousness, we sacrifice ourselves, our money, our things for other people. That's not going to bring you happiness. You're probably going to really start feeling that when things are out of alignment, when things aren't working, and when relationships or connections or business connections just aren't working for you anymore. There'll be no energetic match. It won't be easy and connective and collaborative and artistic and inspiring. It will be like, okay, I have to go and do this because this person's there, and it's not coming from a happiness. So the happiness becomes a new guiding light of the soul, and it's better, easy to discern the frequencies and what's going to help you have that joyous, happy life. Do I got anything else to say? We probably kind of start feeling the energetic blockages as well really easily. I was just thinking about this morning. With relationship in the masculine and feminine, you're going to really start feeling when something isn't working, or it's just like, this isn't for me. And it's important to be honest with your happiness and honest with the people around you. And if it's working or not, there's no point in trying to deny or cover up how you're actually feeling, because then you're not going to move into more honey. And it's all about that authentic honesty within. Well, not the self-righteous, I deserve this. It's just like, no, I'm just feeling this isn't for me anymore. And energy, this is where energy healing and, going to see someone to help you figure that out, because there'll probably be energy blockages trying to work themselves out around about now in your energy body, and you may be feeling like you want better things for yourself. I think that's why I posted that stuff on my Instagram, what to do if you want better things for yourself, because people must be feeling it. You may be feeling like you want better things for yourself. You want to move out of a certain level of frequency of doing things, but you don't know how to begin. And it's probably just energy blockages in your energy body that just need to be ironed out. And sometimes what can happen is in the mind and the body, we can make up all these stories about why something's not working or why we're feeling certain way, when it's just simply like a past life charge coming up to be worked out. Or it could just be there's a difference in energy, or it could just be you need to just clear your mother's energy out of your energy body, and then the whole thing will clear out naturally and easily. So energy healing, and so say you have a difficult relationship with your mother or something like that, and you know it, and it keeps you stuck, and you are aware that your mother has a lot of power over you, but you somehow, even though if you create distance, you can't seem to separate off from your energy. That's a sign that there's energy working in your energy body that needs to be cleared and cut and cleared out for good, so you can go. It's a very funny thing with men and the feminine. If you have a connection to your mother that's not happy and harmonious, you are going to keep yourself stuck in a frequency with feminine energy that's not abundant or happy, and you're not going to be able to connect in with healthier feminine energy around you, because your mother's energy will be blocking you. So when you feel those blockages, or you feel like, oh my God, I just want a wife, or oh, I just want to do this, or I want to do that, or if you're a woman, you're like, I'm sick of this hustle bustle, I want to do something creative, there'll be energy blockages, and you'll be feeling them. And energy healing is so beneficial, and it is very simplistic when it's done right, and it can just move you out of stuckness, and you may be feeling in your energy body that you want more, and things aren't working. You just may need a simple energy healing or a clearing. It's not, energy healing is incredibly practical and common sense, and conducive to your life experience, and can help you in so many ways. Yeah, and so and also with relationships, sometimes, like, we have trouble, if you're a woman and you have trouble receiving from men or allowing men into your life to take care of you. What was your relationship like with your father? Did he love you, or did he shut you down? And things, very simple things like that, are going to hinder you from aligning with healthy masculine energy or into that abundant relationship that you're really craving. And there'll be just these slight energy blockages. That's why I talk about mother, father healing and clearing all the time. There'll just be these slight energy blockages in your body that just need to be cleared out so you can move into that higher energy line of where that good stuff is for you. And it's just insane the amount of little tweaks that can happen in the energy work to literally just move you so seamlessly into easier, more abundant, honeyed, healthy spiritual energies for you to work with in the earthly realm. And it's all to do with your energy body. And sometimes, as I said, we may be feeling we want happier things, but we just don't know, like, what's going on? Why am I feeling this? And why can't I just leave this job? What's keeping me chained to this? And if you just take a step back from your life and look at the energy of it. Is this person happy? Is this person happy? Am I enjoying this? If you just get very honest and clear and clarified and look at people as energy and what's going on around you energetically. Is it happy, healthy, and flowy? And are you smiley? Do you feel good? If you don't, that's probably a sign you need some energy work and you need to release and you probably need a little bit of help in releasing yourself from that old heavy energy and the happy energy that you want. Happy energy. That happy energy that you want to find that is going to make you happier. And when I talk about happiness, not one shoe size fits all. And that is the beauty of it, is that when it comes to happiness and the soul, it's not going to be the same as the next person. And we're so unique and vast in our soul energies that what someone else says is happiness may not be for you. So for me, what's an example? I could never live in a shack. I am not a person that enjoys slumming it. I enjoy the experience of camping and whatnot every now and then, but I do enjoy a nice clean home and enjoy, nice sheets and towels and whatnot. And I love beauty. An example for me and my happiness is I feel really, really depressed in ugly environments. And I dreamt about this the other night, and this man came into my dream and said, "Bailey, are you okay?" And then I was sitting in this horrible flat. I did a lot of flatting in my 20s up to my 30s. Share housing, when you're flatting and you don't have enough money to live by yourself. And I lived in, and because I was doing support work, I wasn't making a lot of money. I couldn't do support work full time. I can't do just one job full time. And I was living in New Zealand. The rental prices are insane compared to I couldn't afford it. But I lived in these really not nice, just low frequency flats. And the frequency and the energy didn't suit me, but I was really unhappy in these jobs, and I knew it. Because I could feel it, because I'm really connected to my soul naturally, and I'm one of those people that can't lie to myself. I'm like, I'm not feeling this, and I just can't make myself do something. Yeah. And it was very depressing for me, because in my soul, beauty and art and a nice home and being surrounded by beautiful art and furniture and color palettes really make me feel happier. And I feel very depressed when I'm in ugly environments. And you can say, "Oh, you're being a bit snobby," but no, actually, that's my soul. And we don't listen to these things. And it's like, but I do want a beautiful house, but I do want these things, and I don't want to work this job. And you've got to be, there's your soul telling you things that you need to listen. And in the dream, I said, "Yeah, I'm really depressed because I'm in these ugly environments, and it's my soul." So you've got to listen to, and that's why I started Aphrodite's Gardens, because I can't live without the energy of Aphrodite or the energy of beauty and art and love, because otherwise life is just so horrible. And for me, I really feel it. I'm just like, I have to do something beautiful and creative, or I'm going to die. And we have these feelings, like maybe you are a builder, but you're like, "Oh, no, I want to go into luxury." Maybe you're doing some type of thing on the internet, but then you're like, "No, I want to go into property." Like, you've got to feel that passion and that, "Oh my God, I've got to do this, otherwise I'm going to die." Otherwise, what are you doing? And sometimes it takes it. And this is why just going to see an energy healer or someone can really help you tune into that part of yourself and clarify it. Because sometimes out about in the world, we get told so many things about life and business and this and that. And we just need help in opening up and clarifying what we're feeling within, so we can then go and align to that energy and feel more confident with it in the physical, so we can align with that abundance and the stuff that really makes us feel, yes, I want to move to Italy, or yes, I want to go to Spain, or yes, I want to go in a camper van for a few days. Like, there's you know what I mean. Okay, so I talked about energy healing and happiness. And I think I've covered everything. And it's going to get harder and harder to deny what you're wanting, or what you're craving, or what your desires are, because you're going to start getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And so if you're in a relationship or a business, or you've started something and it's just not, why did I want to say clickbait just then? I don't know why I just said clickbait. Yeah, if you, okay, obviously there's something there about clickbait. I don't know. I think maybe as these frequencies come in and whatnot, the way we use the internet also changes, and the frequency of the internet changes, so maybe clickbait isn't going to work for you anymore. And people talk about the YouTube a lithogram and beating their lithogram or whatever, but if there's higher energies opening up, they're going to change the frequency of social media and what is going to be working on social media and whatnot. So, I don't know. I do think that if you started a YouTube business online and you've used clickbait to garner views, or you've created this online persona, it's going to stop working for you, because the frequencies are changing and you can tell that people are getting sick of that and whatnot. So, yeah. I guess it was another update about what's going on energetically and happiness and the energy body and energy changes. Thank you so much for watching. I would highly recommend, and as I said, send in your questions or comments, because I have the time and space to do that right now. And Q&A is still open. And my services will be open soon. And happiness. It's actually quite simple, but we just sort of make a mess of it sometimes, as the soul knows, but people are like blah 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 outside of you, and you're just going to listen to yourself. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that was helpful.